If you're looking for an entry-level mountain bike to be the gateway to a whole new world, the Marlin 5.
Whole new world.
The Marlin 5, don't sing. Don't dig it for copyright. The Marlin 5 just might be your bike. The longest intro in history. Let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you're watching another great episode of Bike Showcase on Toolbox Topic. I'm joined once again by my co-host, and apparently vocalist, Brandon Van Loop. And Brandon, how the hell are you?
On key? Oh, all right.
Yeah, no, you did pretty good.
All right, thanks.
I never knew you had such a lovely singing voice.
Well,
these things.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a mix between Fergie and Jesus.
No, Lord have mercy. And we're coming to you from the Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix and Goodyear, Arizona. It's where the cool kids hang out, and me. And yes, as I alluded to in the intro, as exaggerated as it was, entry-level mountain bike, the gateway bike, to open up that whole world of mountain biking and all that it encompasses. Now, if you're talking to just me, I'm just going to say mountain biking and that's it. But we have cross country, we have enduro, we have downhill, we have down racing, we have uphill racing, we have pogo stick mountain bike racing. I even heard they're going to put floats on the wheels so you can try to race these across the water. Just call it mountain biking, guys. Too. Seriously, it's like music. It's all rock and roll. All right, I'm done preaching. Anyways, the Marlin 5 certainly fits that bill, and at $600. That's a very reasonable price.
That is, yeah.
For what you're getting. Brandon, tell everybody at home what they're getting.
So last I heard, this was the best-selling bicycle in America.
Yes.
This is the Marlin 5. And I think you put it just right where this is your gateway bike. If you're not quite sure if you're going to dig it, and you don't want to spend a ton of money because there's a possibility it might just sit in your garage after a few rides because it's too hard and too hot. And too much effort.
Right, not your cup of tea.
This is your bike. Now, be advised, if you do get the bug, man, you're going to want something sooner than later because while it is this is what I consider our first capable mountain bike because below this we used to have the 820.
Right.
And that thing would not go off-road in my opinion. So this would be what I consider our first capable off-road bike with 29-inch wheels, a balanced frame, to get your body moving around and get over obstacles. I don't know where I was going with that.
Neither do I. But this is a good solid starter bike for sure.
Let's just go that way.
Yeah,
for sure.
Took the long way home on that one.
When I think about the bikes that we started on, obviously we're 30 years ahead in technology, but you will have a great time on this bike. And hopefully you catch the bug, like I was saying.
Yes, absolutely. Now, so if we work from front to back and talk about some of the things, the Rimset, entry-level Rimset. It is what it is at the $600 price.
You can't go tubeless on this wheel set.
You will not be able to go tubeless. So some of the things you may want to consider on this, and do you know what the weight is on this?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, we'll put the banner on there, and at a bike this level, it really doesn't matter, but some of you will be concerned, so we'll put the weight up there. But one of the things you may want to get on this bike, especially riding here in Arizona in the regional parks, is some type of thorn resistance protection in these. Maybe some sealant.
We can still put the same sealant that we use in tubeless setups,
or maybe
still put it in this for some protection.
Armor to give you a little bit more as far as, because everything in the desert wants to stab you or eat you. So we've got an entry-level fork. This isn't even a RockShox fork on there, is it?
No, it's a Suntour.
It's a Suntour.
Very entry-level fork.
So, and this is non-adjustable?
It has some preload adjustability, and it does have a lockout.
Okay.
It's not very firm. While we're talking about the fork, so if I got a big guy, if I got a big boy in here, and he wants the most entry-level bike because of what we're talking about, I will try not to sell him the Marlin 5. I'll try to get them up to the 7 because now we have an air adjustable.
Right.
Big dudes, you see when they test ride it, they go,
ka-chunk.
And it stays down there. So I still understand if they want to get this bike, but I try to bump them up to a sturdier fork.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's being pragmatic, not trying to upsell somebody for the sake of upselling. You just want them to enjoy the ride as much as possible.
Exactly.
And if the shock's not able to rebound, you're not going to enjoy the ride.
Exactly.
So, now, when we talk about brakes, are we talking mechanical or hydraulic?
These are hydraulic.
Those are hydraulic, okay. And then we have not through axles, but these are skewers.
These are, yep.
So
normal quick releases, front and back on this guy.
And we're not going to see boosted. They're non-boosted.
Right.
So our group is the Dior or the Alois or whatever that's called.
No, I think these are Altus.
Altus? Okay.
I forget.
Altus?
Is that what that says?
Well, no, dude, what are you asking me, dude? Yes, that is the Altus. Okay. So
2x8 drivetrain on there.
Too many to talk about. So, which brings me to another point. So when we don't have a dropper post as we're moving front to back, most mountain bikes that you see are a 1x, not a 2x. So this has a 2x, so you have shifter front derailleur and you have a shifter on this side.
So we're outdated. We're outdated in that respect.
A little bit, although some people do enjoy the 2x, and we've had discussions on that before. Typical mountain bike is going to have a 1x. And then on the rear, this is going to be an 8-speed.
8-speed.
And so again, you're not seeing that large platter, that 10 to 52 that you could see on a SRAM, that gear range, but you also have
a climbing gear in the front to
bail you out. To bail you out on that. The cranks are going to be Altus cranks. There's nothing flashy about those. Again, you have no dropper post. You're going to want to replace the pedals, although this comes with plastic pedals. So if you're someone, again, who's just getting into it, most high-end, even mid-range mountain bikes do not come with pedals these days, so you get pedals. You do have mounts for a rack if you wanted to put a rack on this, so I thought that was kind of cool. I like the fact that they have a quick release on your seat post, so if you need to make that adjustability, you're able to do it quickly without the use of an Allen key. And yeah, other than that, Brandon, I mean, this is a very capable bike for its price.
Yes.
You're getting a quality entry-level serviceable group in the Altus, the Shimano Altus. But I wouldn't say this is necessarily a bike that you're going to upgrade components on.
No, this bike is very difficult to upgrade because, once again, we have older technology on here, and so your options are limited. It's hard to find nice wheels these days that have quick release and are non-boosted. Right. It's hard to find a decent fork these days that's non-tapered. Right. In the head tube. This one's a straight 1 1/8 all the way through. Yep. So it is limiting in that respect. I get that question all the time. Well, if I like this bike, I can just upgrade. Well,
not really.
Only to a very short extent.
Right. But this is a bike, though, that you would ride and love in maintenance, and as parts wore out, you can replace them with the same part if you wanted to. And at some point go, hey, I'm all in, I want to get a new bike, you know, sell this to the neighbor's kid or somebody, and then, you know, step up to either maybe a Top Fuel or a Fuel EX or something along those lines as you figure out what you want.
Or even like a cool Roscoe, like a Roscoe 8 or 9 or something like that would be an awesome upgrade.
Yeah, that would be an awesome upgrade. Like and again, you're not breaking the bank on that one because the Roscoe 9 is $2,400. So yeah, so we're still talking a reasonable amount of money for the quality of that bike. Right. So,
and while we're talking about quality, we didn't talk about the frame yet.
Let's talk about the frame.
Let me mention that it's a hydroformed aluminum frame, and the tube shapes I think are elegant for a $600 bike.
They are.
I think the welds are pretty darn good. They're not the best I've seen.
No.
But it is a solid frame, and I like the way the frame looks. Absolutely.
Yep. There's a couple different color options too, if the color is a big deal or a thing for you. But yes, the fact that Trek actually, you know, on an entry-level bike, use their hydroform aluminum tubing system.
Tube shapes. They could have just used round
and been done with it, but they gave it a little extra, which is nice. And it's these small things too that we try to point out when applicable that separate this bike from a $600 bike you'd get from Walmart or Amazon. You know, it's the little things that do make a difference as far as serviceability, you know, known components with Shimano and Suntour. Sure, it doesn't have some of the nicer refinements, the accoutrement that some other bikes have, but again, we're talking $600. And for someone who either is on a budget, or again, maybe they have the budget to afford more, but they're not sure, this checks all the boxes. It really, really does. It's a well-rounded entry-level bike.
Just dipping your toes in the pool, seeing if it's a good temp.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what don't you like about this bike, Brandon? We've talked about the good things and everything. What don't you like about this bike? A couple things, if you were to say.
I think it is perfect for that person who just wants to see what it's about. It's absolutely perfect. Of course, we always say, there's a lot of things I don't like for me,
Right, but this isn't for me.
But this isn't for us.
This is for the entry-level rider.
Yep.
And this very much reminds me of the Domani AL2.
Yeah, I would.
That entry-level road bike.
That's fair.
You know, which is, again, it will link the card. We did a bike showcase on that. Very much that case. So I would say definitely in 2023, the Marlin 5 still has a lot of relevance. Not only is it the best-selling bike in America right now, but for a $600 price point for that entry-level rider, I don't think
we sell tons of these, and people have a great time on them, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. So, all right, my friends, like, subscribe, bell notification icon. All right, helps out the channel, helps out the video, and we appreciate that support. If you have any questions about the Marlin 5, you can comment down below or ask those questions down below, or you can follow the link to Trek Bicycle Stores West Phoenix, which I have down below in the description. You could talk to Brandon, you could talk to one of his amazing crew. They'll be happy to answer all your questions. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it's the devil's work of social media, but it's necessary to get the word out about Get Out Arizona. And if you want to follow us on there, you'll learn about our group hikes, our group rides, and all the fun that we have. And we definitely appreciate that support as well. The other links down below are going to be affiliate links. If you make a qualifying purchase, you won't be charged anything additional, but we'll receive a small commission, which helps out with coffee money, gas money, and park passes, and that is very much appreciated. And it's the other trifecta we like so much around here. So there you have it, my friends, the Marlin 5. And what do we say at this point? Be kind to yourself and others, be amazing stewards on that trail, and we have to ask, what are you waiting for?
Get out Arizona.
Yeah. We'll see you on the next adventure. Take care, everybody.
Hey.
Hey.
Toodaloo.